huge, I have like my cashiers that work here, I have a customer request. And when they're requesting something, they have to commit to 5 yards. So I'm using them to bring in a new fabric and test on the market in this town and just see if it sells. I'm only going to buy one bolt, and then I typically only buy a 10-yard bolt. So I make my money back off of that one customer.
That's
so
really
then
smart.
the rest is test.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they're asking for stuff. I want patriotic. I'm looking for cowboys. The winter visitors are very big on Southwest and very West, cowboys and Indians and that kind of thing, because they're all from Wisconsin and Ohio and all, that part of the world. So they like stuff that's different. And typically the folks here don't buy that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
because they're sick of it. Right.
They're sick of it.
Yeah. I lived in Tucson for a number of years. So, interesting.
Oh, so you totally get that.
So how quickly, once somebody requests some fabric, how quickly can you get that for them? Like if someone comes in and says, I want, do they say like, I want patriotic, or do they say, I want this patriotic fabric? Are they looking online?
No, they usually have seen stuff online, or they'll say they want conservative patriotic, or they want bright, and then I kind of find something I'm challenged with finding something in the middle, because I want to sell the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
And plus, too, people want to feel welcome. They want to be happy.
Yeah.
And the gals that work here, I mean, my thing is that I can't tell you how many people wanted to work here. I was flabbergasted how many people. But I am very big on, I was raised, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
And my criteria when I was talking with folks and what have you is they've got to be Disney. If they're not Disney, they just can't work here.
Yeah. Tell me about your catchphrase, from couch to quilting. Tell me how you got to that and what does it mean?
I remember before I started quilting, I was doing a lot of watching TV, just so tired when I came home from work and what have you. And I just was like, you know what, you got to get off your butt. You need to get up and start doing something. And I thought a catchphrase of get off your butt wasn't too good. So I kind of went off the whole couch potato thing.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, so, I just thought, well, I got to be nice.
Yes.
And I tell you, people, being in a resort town, the other big thing that I made sure of in this quilt shop is these ladies are older. So I made sure there was lots of places for them to sit.
You're so smart.
And
so smart.
Also, the other big thing I did here in this shop was I created a sense of community that you don't need to come here to buy something. So I created Geneva's Corner.
Yeah,
and Geneva is a gal.
About that.
I don't think there's. Oh, yeah. Geneva, she is, I think she's 85. And she lives alone. Her family's all gone. And when the word got out that I was going to open a shop, she came to me and she just goes, Sherri, I don't want to be paid, but you know what? I have a lot of knowledge to share. And so I looked at her and I said, well, let's create Geneva's Corner. And we have her own table. She's got her own board. And every second Friday, she's here for free. And you can just come and hang out on the couch and the table and, talk about finding, right now we're doing a whole thing on revitalize your UFO, bring it in. Geneva will help you get it going again and give you tips on how you can freshen it. So
That's
every
great.
month she does something different and it's all for free.
That's really great.
And because we have a lot of winter visitors that come here that don't know anybody. They're kind of on their own. Mm-hmm. And I have gotten so many comments. They're like, oh, I have somewhere to go. I can just hang out. I can chat with Geneva. So
That's
it's
really
filling a need that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah. That's really interesting. That's really nice. What is the role of classes in your business?
I think in this business, if you're not having fresh classes and a lot of choice, I don't know that I'd be in business, because I make more money on class day than any other day of the week. I tell you, everybody forgets everything. And when they come in for one class, they're exposed to the wall, I call it, of all my other classes. And I tell you, they're signing up for everything.
That's really great.
Classes keeps everything moving. I think, I don't know that a quilt shop would survive without classes.
Interesting. And how important is it to have, tell me about the role of the teachers in the classes. Is it important to have teachers that people like, favorite teachers that people like start to get to know, or to bring in bigger teachers, like more nationally known teachers? So what's the role of teachers in that part of it?
In this part of the world, I think they're more comfortable with the teachers that they know, that have a good reputation, and every once in a while bring in a big teacher. Like I'm looking at seeing if I can get Carmen Geddes to come in, because she's just over in Utah, and because I did a ton of charity work in town, I've got a little more in on getting bigger sites if I brought in a big teacher to where we could do something special. Mm-hmm. But I also work heavily with the guild in town, and so I have access to so many teachers out of that guild. We have a guild of 200 members.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm pretty fortunate that I've got an excellent resource for teachers.
That's really cool. Tell me more about the role of guilds and your feeling about guilds in the quilting world.
I love guilds. I think they're super important. I think it's just a wealth of knowledge. And I make sure that I attend every single meeting, because we do a lot of sharing in there, and I glean a ton of information. What is everybody talking about? What did they see in the last magazine? With our guild, I don't even need to have magazines, because they bring them all there and everybody's talking about it. So if I just listen, and oh my gosh, I take copious notes, and then I take those notes and I talk about them in the shop to get a feel for, what is, just because one person really liked it doesn't mean a lot of people really like it.
Yeah.
So I kind of moved that around. In fact, they were talking about cotton theory a little while ago. So I know a gal who's totally into cotton theory. So, and it's been around for years and years. So I'm getting ready to do a newsletter that says cotton theory is back. Come and join we got 2 different classes. So I'm going to see if that's popular again.
That's interesting.
And the gal who teaches cotton theory is out of England, and she's going to be here for a couple of months. So I'm taking advantage of her being here, and she's one of us. She's a guild member, so $20 a class is fine with her.
That's really great.
I don't need to charge $50. So, and that's the other nice thing about being a resort town. You got people coming through here doing other things. So I snag them when they're on their way to LA. Mm-hmm. And I have a big old house, so I let them stay with me. So you find ways to save a ton of money and get a bigger name in and draw a lot more people into your shop. And I'm big on book signings. That brings, people love meeting the names out there.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And so when someone's coming for a book signing, do they bring the books? You order the books? How do you know how many books to order when someone's coming for a book signing?
They usually have a couple of different books. I usually only order like 10 of them. It's not a big investment. Mostly people come because they want to talk to the gal. Mm-hmm. And if it's, usually it's long armors or, like folks that do specific kind of quilts, like the Quilt Smart stuff. That's easy to sell when it's a book signing. Yeah. I don't necessarily sell her books, but I sell a lot of her patterns and her kits.
She just sent me one of them. I hadn't done them before. Do you find that people like the Quilt Smart, the interface stuff? Is that popular?
Yeah, they do. They do. They like that.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I'm now quilting it, but I did the double wedding ring one, so that was really interesting experience because I'd never done it before. But I can
we do. Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing Mondo bag classes. I mean, that's been around for 100 years.
Yeah, that's really interesting. All right, what about?
I mean, and now.
What? I'm sorry. Say it again.
No, I mean, the Tuffet resource has finally come out with the interfacing to make the tuffets. I've filled 2 entire classes of people wanting to make tuffets, only because now it's easier to do.
Yeah. Right.
People want fast, they want easy. It's all about instant gratification. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that way too. I think it's funny because sometimes I like a complicated quilt, but I also know I'm doing it at the end of my day, or I'm doing it on a Saturday because I'm still working, and I feel like my life is complicated. So sometimes I don't want my quilting to be complicated. I want it to just be pleasant,
I want my quilting to be an escape.
Yeah, me too.
From all the complicated.
Yeah. Yep. You want it complicated? Absolutely. Is that what you said?
I want my quilting to be easy. I want instant gratification and.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll do something complicated just because I want to try it. But it's not sometimes it's joyful, but I really do like something that's just pretty and simple, and it's just, I'm all about the pretty, so.
I think I've tapped into something here on the complicated. What I've created is called Block Party. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yeah, tell me about Block Party. It's on my list.
Block Party is how I'm letting people do complicated without this making a massive quilt. So all my classes are $20. I don't care what it is. It's $20. But Block Party is only 10 because you're coming to learn how to make one block, whether it's a dragonfly or it's a braid or whatever, but it's a more complicated block. My teacher knows every trick in the book, and you get to learn one block. You're not overwhelmed with this huge quilt. And if you take to it, they get the whole day for $10. So make a table runner, make a wall hanging, or start. One gal ended up making an entire quilt because she just loved the block so much.
That's really cool. So smart.
Yeah. So they get to learn something complicated, but you're done. When you leave, you have a mug rug, you have a trivet or a hot pad or a bowl, whatever you want to turn that one block into.
Yeah.
And she shares with them everything they can turn that one block into. So
that's really cool. That's really fun. Tell me about strip club. Yeah. Tell me about strip clubs.
Now, strip club has not gone over, so I don't do strip club anymore.
Really? What? Tell me what a strip club is.
Well, strip club, what it was is I have a lot of patterns that are using jelly rolls and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
2.5-inch strips.
Yep.
So pretty much you belong to strip club, and when you buy 3 patterns, you become a member. And then from that point on, if you buy every month, you're getting 10% off the jelly roll or the pattern, whatever you're buying. And then we were going to show the quilts, do a strip club quilt. But most people are sick of strip clubs, strip quilts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was totally bizarre. I tell you, what I'm finding this year, now I know it can change, people are loving applique, wool, they're loving bags and totes, and we're introducing mosaic now, where you're doing wall art, and we're doing iconic stuff, cowboy landscape, more artsy quilts, but not